So the luggage rack is attached. So the way it was previously mounted, it's not a full kit, I guess. You have nut welded on a washer. That's how it's been attached underneath the body. So I decided to go blind and take it apart. I wanted to buff it and make it all nice and shiny. The only inconvenience, so you see those 8 holes, still left those in place temporarily. I need to clean the body at the same time. So you have those 8 holes right here. Those 4 first one are accessible from the trunk. Go inside from the trunk, easy. The other one and the other one are accessible from underneath the body. You can move your hand up and just tighten it. Someone is on the other side and tighten that, great. Those two I have no clue. You have the you have the gas tank underneath. You have absolutely no access. You have the spare wheel. So I will certainly need to disassemble the back. I haven't seen anything on eBay, on YouTube. So I will put one. I will certainly need to disassemble the back bumper, and you have a plate to be able to access further. But it's going to be an interesting job just for the little thing. But since I don't find any video on YouTube, I'm going to make one and hopefully to help someone having the same issue or wanting to do the same type of project. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to buff it and we'll see how the assembly is going up. So here's what I'm talking about. Pretty rusty. You don't see too much. You see it a little bit on the side when it's mounted, but since it's the bottom of the rack, don't see it too much. But anyway, I want that car to be as clean as possible. So it goes on the side. So we'll see after the polishing how it turns out. It's not going to be perfect at all, but it's going to be definitely better. So it is a lot better. You can see how it turns out. So you want to be very careful though. Don't use something too abrasive because you will completely damage the chrome part out of the rack. And then you're good for another one. So it turned out pretty good. I used something pretty soft. I didn't insist too much, and it should make it, because that car is never seeing the rain, is never wet washed, you know, only humid cloth and product. So I should not build any rust anymore on that. Okay, the funniest is to come. I need to put it back together. Here we go. So I'm ready to put the rack back in place. Like I said, I had a couple of issues, is how to reach the washers that were underneath those 2 holes, because you have the gas tank just underneath. And after making some research, what they sell is a well nut, rubber well nut. Show you what it is. Here is well nut with a flange. And there is a nut just underneath that. Those are a quarter inch 20, and they're for 1/2 inch holes, which is exactly that. So basically you just press them inside, and when screwing it's going to squeeze it. So it will be a lot easier, so I don't have to mess up with those old homemade O-rings or washers. That's what I used to have underneath. So I don't have to use those anymore. So just pop those 8 into those holes, put the rack, screw that, and you're good. You can find them online. They're like the OM one, except that the flange is a little bit thicker. And I found an old one that I had. The flange is a lot thinner. It's already bought, it's already damaged, because that one has been used for years. with one spot the guy had no room to put a washer, so that's what he used. And that's how I figured out could find that. And they're a little bit pricey, not too bad, but it's you get big kits, and if you get that directly from Corvette or Corvette Mobs or those guys, pack of 8, it's gonna be like 15-20 bucks with shipping. But the flange being so thick here, if I put the rubber disc on top and then the spacer, it's not going to look nice at all. So I need to use those in 2 different spots. So what I do is I'm using an apple core peeler, which is pretty sharp here, and I did cut one like that. I cut it, I remove the center of it, and I have the disc that can go around, which will match almost the thickness. It's going to match the thickness of it, and then I put the other plate on top of it. Here's a little plate that you put generally on top before you put your spacer and sit the rack on top of it. So it's gonna work very well, very cheap fix. Those one, found them at Lowe's. It's $1.49 a piece plus tax, you know, so give or take, it's about $1.60 a piece. It's a lot cleaner, it's a lot better, and also you don't have metal contact with your body, you know, it's directly rubber, absorb all the vibration and noise. So again, pop them in those holes, poof, that's it. Put your ring, around, put your plate, put your spacer, do the 8 of them, put the rack on it, the screws, and then you're good to go. So let's do that and I'll show you the finished product. I did polish the screws as well, the top and the side, just the top part, so we don't see any rust. I did not do the entire screw, you know, it's useless, it's going to be inside. And it won't rust anymore because it's always dry. I never drive it during the rain. So okay, let's put that back together. Here we go. It was actually pretty easy with those weld nuts. Actually wonderful tools. It looks a lot better. Don't see the rust anymore.